Okay, same again. We'll start with broadcast.
John, how's the session? Boys feeling good?
Yeah, good. Obviously the weather's looking nice. Looking at the weather forecast, certainly it wasn't looking too smart. So, no, it's nice to be home. Nice to be in Murrayfield, and the boys are just excited now, just for the game now.
Is it one of those weeks you just want to get over with and get out there and put things right?
Yeah, pretty much. You couldn't get away from it. We had to learn from it, and we went over it. But yeah, we had to pretty quickly get on with it. So we've had that extra day to physically and mentally get over it and learn from it. So we've done that, and then pretty quickly we had to sort of shift our focus to this weekend's game.
You said you couldn't get away from the fallout, and a lot of people coming out and sort of saying same old Scotland. They build the expectation and then sort of let you down with a performance like that. Has that angered you guys, or is it just more fuel and motivation to go out and prove people wrong on Sunday?
No, it doesn't anger me personally. We're not going out to prove anyone wrong. Definitely, I think we're just disappointed in the performance. So yeah, I think we just want to prove to ourselves more than anything that, and prove that performance was a one-off. So yeah, we were just massively frustrated and disappointed in the quality of our performance. So for us, it's just about going out there and showing that that doesn't represent what we're about as a team.
We've seen the France team. What did you make of them against Ireland, and what sort of threat is coming your way?
I think the sort of traditional strengths of the French team, the scrum and line out, they're very physical, and the defence is very good. And then the weather wasn't the best over in France, so it's hard to take as much from it if maybe play with a dry ball. But they've got some dangerous runners. They're under a new guidance, so again, you're not quite sure how much to take from the first game, but they've got some fantastic players, so we know how hard a challenge it will be.
How much of a benefit is it having Greg back in the team? I know he's been in the camp, he was on the bench last week, but a guy has experience and leadership qualities that you two sort of dovetailing quite nicely. Is he taking any of that responsibility on in terms of getting the boys prepared?
Yeah, I mean, Greg was helping me last week as well. And it's great to have him. I said that last week in the press conference. It's great to have him back. So, yeah, I think Greg, as much as anyone, was disappointed last week with the performance. So, if you know Greg, he's hugely passionate Scotsman, and he's been part of this journey probably more than anyone over the last 4 years. So Saturday was hugely disappointing for him as well. So yeah, he's part of it with the group. We're just trying to get out there and right a few wrongs.
It's perhaps the hardest part of it last week was because of the expectation that was built up before the game. I suppose you guys just couldn't have seen that type of performance coming as well.
No, we did. Yeah, last time we expected a much better performance, and there was no indicators in the week in the build-up. So, but it happened. So, yeah, we're just trying to, like I say, we're trying to learn from it and focus ahead towards the weekend now.
Has there been a focus put on that if there is mistakes made, the guys don't react in the sort of way that they did last week, and the wheels sort of come off, that you can let one mistake recover for it and not allow it to affect the entire performance sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, no one's trying to. I don't think people are thinking, "Oh, I've made a mistake," and then people making another mistake. I think it's just we're just too inaccurate with them without the ball at the weekend. So it's easy to point to certain things, but if you keep dropping the ball, that's just concentration or individual error. In defence, if you make bad individual reads in defence, then again that's not panic. That's mental preparation more than anything, or just making bad individual errors in the moment. So yeah, we've trained well this week, and the coaches have looked how to. We've done some things that we think will help us fix those problems.
In terms of getting the mentality side of it back on track, I suppose you don't have to look too far back to Australia game where everything was so great, everything was so confident, things were working. Is it just as easy as just trying to forget about Wales and look back to Australia and try to get that sort of buzz back that was in the squad at that moment?
Yeah, but we've got to learn. It's just a different competition. It's different. It's slightly different kind of rugby when you get in Six Nations. So, yeah, we're just trying to kind of get on with it, and we know we haven't become a terrible team overnight, just as we hadn't become the best team in the world off the back of the autumn. So, yeah, we still a lot of belief in the team, but we have to go out and put in a performance on the weekend.
In terms of individuals, trying to pick them up, what have you done anything differently this week in trying to raise spirits and make sure he's in a positive frame of mind?
Yeah, I guess so. A little bit. It's quite an easy group to look after, and there's guys throughout. So yeah, I mean, guys were disappointed, and they've gone over their own games and looked at that. But
do you do that on a sort of individual basis, or is it just getting the boys around the team meeting? We heard there was like team meetings at the start of the week and things like that in terms of a debrief of what happened.
Yeah, we've spoken as leaders about. We had a little meeting. Just about what's expected of us when we play for the country, play for our country. So, and we didn't deliver. So, yeah, I expect there to be a reaction.
It's been a last year. Done some great things at Murrayfield. 3 good wins in the Six Nations, and then a good autumn. And it's only the All Blacks that have managed to get out with a victory, and a very narrow one at that. How much do you draw on those memories of the special things you've done here, just to give you that bit of extra confidence?
We love playing here, especially in the autumn. It was quite special here in the autumn. So, and speaking to we had some fans out who watched the session there, and they were very excited about coming back to Murrayfield. So, we're very excited to come back here and play our first game of the championship at home. So, yeah, it's awesome to come in and play a home game. So, I know the fans will be behind us tomorrow.
Speaking about the fans, obviously, some of them would have been taken by surprise by the performance last week, but there's so much riding on the game tomorrow, and every test match there's going to be periods where you will be under pressure and France will be on top. How important is it that the fans just maybe remain patient with you in those periods of pressure and just keep behind the team?
Okay, it's hard to answer, I guess. I think the players get a lot from the fans. And I say the atmosphere in the autumn was some of the best I've experienced in it, and it really spurred the boys on. I felt like, and I think it works both ways. So we've got to do our part on the pitch. But equally, I think the buzz the guys get off of when the atmosphere is really bouncing at Murrayfield, it was something quite special, like I said.
Let's move on to